Hi, this is Kelly Brown, and today we're going to be talking about the if function. The if function is a very versatile function. It can be used in a lot of different situations, and it's almost probably the widest used function that's out there. In this case, we see a worksheet in front of us, and we see a column for last name, first name, test score, and right now an empty column that says grade. We want to apply a letter grade based on the test score. So if the test scores are in the 90s, we want a letter grade of A to appear. If the test scores are in the 80s, we want a test score of B to appear, and so on. We can do that with the if function. So to use the if function, I'm going to go up in the formula bar, which is this over here. To the left of the formula bar, we see fx. Fx is the insert function button. I'm going to click on fx, and I want to get the if function, so I can just, actually it's right here available to me, but if it wasn't, I could just type if in the search box, click the go button to the right. The if function appears over here under select a function. I can click OK, and this is an argument box for the if function will appear here. You see it says if in the upper left corner. So I have to follow this information here, and based on this information that I input, I will be able to calculate the function. So first thing it says is logical test. When it says logical test, it's looking for a mathematical equation. A mathematical equation that either says greater than, greater or equal to, less than, less than or equal to, or equals. That's the type of logical test that they're talking about. So what I need to do here is look at my data, and what I want this to say is based on the value in this cell, if it is greater than or equal to 90, I want certain things to happen. So this is my logical test. I place my cursor in the cell that I want to calculate or that I want the function to be based on. I want the logical test to be that mathematical operator, which in this case is greater than or equal to, and what number. Okay, so this is my logical test. So now I say, based on that logical test, if it's true, I want this to happen, and if it's false, I want the other to happen. So if it's true, I want the letter A to appear, right? I want the letter grade A to appear if the value in this cell is greater than 90, greater than or equal to 90. And what do I want to happen if it's false, if it's not greater than or equal to 90? Well, I just want it to be left blank. And the way to designate that is to use two quotation marks. You notice here, when I typed in A, it just said A. But when I went to the next field, Excel automatically put quotation marks on either side of the letter A. So any piece of text that is used in Excel in a formula or function is always surrounded by quotation marks. So by using two quotation marks here with nothing in between it, it's pretty much designating a blank, or saying that nothing should appear in that case. So if the value is true, if the number is greater than or equal to 90, an A will appear. And the value if false, if it's not greater than or equal to 90, it will be left blank. That is what all this means. Okay? And we can see our formula result appears here as A, and we can click OK, and the A appears. And now if I wanted to see how this would work with all the rest of the values in the test score column, I can place my cursor in the bottom right corner of the cell that has the formula, and I can just double click on the bottom right corner once I see that plus symbol appear. Once I see that plus symbol appear, I'm double clicking with my left mouse button, and as I scroll down, you'll see A's will appear when my logical test is proven true. Here it is, 92, I see the A, 91, I see an A, 92, I see an A, but when I have numbers that are lower than 90, there's no value appearing in the grade level. It's being left blank because I designated if the value was false that it be left blank. Here's another A that appears for a 95. So that is one way to use the if function. Now I could extend this function to also put in if the number's between 80 and 89 for a B to come up, if it's the numbers in the 70s for a C to come up, and we will go over that in another video. This is one way to use the if function. Again, the if function can be used in many, many, many different scenarios.